Girls, boys, and everybody in between, welcome back to yet another episode of May I Just Say. That's right, we are back for another episode of May I Just Say with me, Just May, your first eliminated queen of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 4. I'm here to chat everything makeover show. It's a very special episode this week because unfortunately I am on my own, which means you've got to put up with me for the next however long this video is, to be fair. This week, our remaining queens had to do their makeover challenge, their family resemblance. The makeover, however, was with a very special group of women. These people, unknown to the audience, make our lives as queens there so much easier. They are there for our every need, our every assistance. These people dedicate the entirety of our filming schedule to helping us at every stage of the way. It was the amazing Queen team. I am so happy that these people got the recognition that they deserved for all of the hard work and amazing stuff that they do behind the scenes. Every queen in the RuPaul's Drag Race UK franchise knows these women and has had experience with them and knows how amazing they are and what they do for us. So for the queens to be able to pay them back and give them a little bit of a zhuzh and a Jimmy was so amazing to watch and actually quite emotional, if I'm honest. Watching it at my screening party, I did, it touched me. And I know that all of the girls we've chatted since the episode aired, and it was such an emotional moment for all of us. I don't think any of us expected to form such a strong bond with these people. So I can only imagine how it felt for the girls that were there. Our queen team were paired off with the girls alphabetically, and the queens set to doing their makeup and getting to know a little bit about what they thought that their queen team member would expect from this experience. Our queen team are always there to listen to our problems, so it was so nice to hear a little bit about each of those. I have my own experiences with each of the queen team because in my time there, they're the ones that when you're unable to talk to the other queens, they'll come and chat with you. And it's about such silly little things like me and Fleur loved chatting about the L word, and then me and Gemma would always chat about who our favourite sugar babe was and things like that, and come up with fun games that keep us entertained while we're on the way to the studio and everything like that. I think for me, the most exciting Queen team transformation was the pairing of Danny and Mystique, because Mystique, she said on the show, was one of the quieter of the team. So for her to come out of her shell and experience drag in such a way must have been such an amazing experience for Danny to put her through. I definitely think that, I can understand where her trepidation for the beard came from, especially considering Mystique had mentioned the fact that sometimes that she is misgendered. And I can imagine that having to grapple with that and put on a beard might be such a brain tease for you. I really loved that Raven came in and spoke to each of our pairings to see a little bit about what they were going through, how they were feeling, and where they thought that they sat within the Queen team. My favourite was when Pixie and Wendy came to speak to Raven, because Wendy is literally the matriarch of the Queen team, the legend. And although she said, "Are you saying legend because I'm the oldest?" I think she has deservingly got a legendary status. When I was eliminated, she was the one that's there to dry your tears, to get you whatever she can, and to help you pack your bags because you know you need help. Wendy's the one that comes to you when she thinks you might need something. Before we went away, we spoke about how I was excited that there might be a bath when we got there. And she said that she'd make sure that we had some bath bombs. And when I got there, she had, and that was amazing. I think another really special moment about this episode was the conversation that Black Pepper had. I think that getting to know her in this competition and in this setting has really shown Pepper to be such a multi-dimensional person. And I spoke to her last week on this show about the episode, and it was really amazing to spend time with her and have that bond, because when we were on the show, although our stations were next to each other, and I was there for 22 minutes, I didn't really get a chance to chat to anyone. But since the show and in these last few weeks, Pepper and I have been chatting a lot more, and it's been really nice to see her grow and get to know her more. We got to the runway and we saw all of our pairs and their family resemblances. We started with Jombas and her partner, Nanu Noir. We had a full mime recreation, and I loved this humour from Jombas. It was the fashion clown that she's been promising us the whole way through, and it really showed the Jombas blonde that I know. I thought it was great, and the whole presentation made me chuckle. We had Cheddar and Brie Gorgeous in their amazing, futuristic, golden gorgeousness. We got Danny with Mizzy mustache, a really gorgeous 60s kind of psychedelic bearded transformation, and I thought it was so gorgeous. The makeup was amazing, the outfits were flawless, and that wig, I love those wigs. They're so amazing. It makes me tee-hee-hee all the time. We had an amazing fairy recreation from Pixie Polite with her dragged up sister, Trixie Truelove. They were the fairies at the bottom of the garden that everyone wants to find. I loved the story about Pixie's flowers reminding her of her grandmother's garden. And I thought it was just such a real true essence of Wendy when she was saying that. It was that kind of homely comfort that we all needed. And I thought it was really nice. We went on to Black Pepper with her sister, Chili Pepper. I really loved the presentation, the hair, the makeup. It was chef's kiss. When the hair disconnected from each other, and it was like an umbilical cord, and I thought it was just the hair craftsmanship of that was next level, gorgeous, amazing. Can't say enough about it. And finally, we had Dakota and Bridgie Schiffer. I thought the hair, the look, the whole thing together of these outfits was so good. There was nothing flawed about it, and it was so gorgeous. I can't get over how good it was. So unfortunately, the judges made their decisions, and it saw Dakota and Pixie Polite in the bottom. They had to lip sync for their lives to a Culture Club classic. What was it? To the Culture Club smash, Miss Me Blind. I thought that both of them did such a good job in this lip sync, but unfortunately, at the end of the day, it was Dakota's time to sashay away. And she left with probably the most heartfelt, emotional exit that there's been this season. The queens gathered round her as she got to the end of the catwalk and had a collective hug, and it really showed the amazing family that's been created on this season and how the girls all love each other so much. Dakota's been a huge part of this experience for me, mainly because she sent me home the bitch, but just seeing her growth week on week has been so amazing, and I'm so proud of where she is now. I loved that at the end when she was doing her exit, she put on a jumper that was made for her by her twin, and it just gave her that warm hug that she needed as she exited Drag Race and wrote her mirror message. So this one, babe, this one's for you, Dakota. Now, I want to take a minute at the end of this just to bring up something that's been going on this week. We have noticed as queens that there has been a lot of hate going on, some trolling, and some, frankly, awful messages coming through to the girls. And I want to take this moment to just say that this needs to stop. RuPaul's Drag Race UK is a TV show and we love it. We all do collectively. It's such a bonding experience from viewing parties to being on it, to meeting the queens and having experiences together. But the hate that people are sending out has to stop, and realize that it is just a bit of fun and you have to take it that way. It's unacceptable and really it's disgusting. So before I go, we have to do our Just Slay moment. And my Just Slay moment of this week has to be seeing the amazing Queen team shining like the beacons they are and becoming part of the Drag Race legacy for you guys to see. My get fucked moment, though, it has to be an episode without RuPaul. Michelle did such an amazing job this week, but it can't be RuPaul's Drag Race without RuPaul. So as there's no one else here to plug anything, maybe I'll just plug myself. If you want to find out where you can see me, head over to justmaydoes.com, where you can find out all of my tour dates and where you can find me in the next few weeks. There's always stuff being added, so keep your eyes peeled. Head over to my website as well if you want to get some merch. I've got some lovely hoodies, some lovely tote bags, all things with my face on. Or just head over to tuckshop.com where you can get yours. And finally, don't forget to stream, play and watch my new single, Just Like Jerry, on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you get good or bad music from. I will see you next week, where I already know who my very special guest is. And we are going to be chatting all things RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 4, Episode 8. I'll see you next week, but until then, get fucked, babes. Mwah.